Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the science of palmistry, where we will try to understand that do our palm lines change or not. So definitely guys, only if you have expertise or interest in the science of palmistry, you will be paying attention to each and every corner of your palm lines. For an amateur, for a novice person, just looking at the palm, you will be most likely giving attention to the three major lines only, and you will not be able to find out that okay, there is no relevance of the science of palmistry because my life has gone into so many major transformation and all, and I cannot see any change in the lines. So which all lines reflect the change, in which capacity, which events bring what kind of changes in the palm lines? That is something which we will try to understand in this video. So guys, to begin with, definitely first of all you have to understand the palm lines in three categories. The very first category is of the major lines, in which we say that the lifeline, headline and the heart line comes. Now these three major lines, primarily just if you want to know them in just one line, what do they represent, their signification, their application. So lifeline basically tells about the concerns of your health and the major events of your life. Like the way we say this thing, any of the upward rising line, branch lines from the lifeline generally tells about some sort of major events, successful events, accomplishments during that age. Aging and marking the age on the lifeline is very simple. I've made many videos on that. You can watch that in my playlist. And generally guys, if you will find any of the island, any of the break in the lifeline, you have to mark those age, and those are the ages which generally tells about some weak health vitality concerns of illness, diseases, a major setback in the life we generally see through these kind of breaks and obstructions in the lifeline. Now comes the second line, which is our headline. Now this line which tells about the mental comprehension of someone, the way your mind function. Are you someone who is very calculative, or are you someone who is very imaginative? How strong your attentive powers is, your concentration is, your memory is, that we get to know from the state and condition of the headline. Definitely if you find any of the island, any of the affliction on this line, that will give you this indication that yes, these are going to be the timelines over where native can have depression or some sort of mental breakdown kind of vulnerability. Any of the upward branches rising from the headline generally tells about that you might have certain interest inclined and connected to the region where that branch is going to be going in your palm. Definitely from the headline, if it is going towards the index finger, like Mount of Jupiter, this could be interest in philosophy, interest in the theology, religious text and all. Mount of Saturn or the middle finger, which will tell about something to do with the spirituality, mysticism, history, towards the Mercury or the Mount of Mercury, that will tell about interest in business, commerce and trade. Now guys, when we talk about the heart line, that definitely tells about your emotions and your feelings, how expressive you are in the matters of the love and all, we generally see from the heart line. Now guys, when we talk about any shift or change taking place in these three major lines, is a very rare significant event. Like it will be very rare, like for any marking, any sign to be getting reflected on these lines. The thing is that guys, definitely there will be some sort of branches, there might be certain forks, there might be some sort of auxiliary line which you can find over here, but changing the course of these three major lines tend to remain very difficult or very rarest of the rare event. Now after knowing little bit about the three major lines, now we will come to the minor lines or the secondary lines, in which you will find the Sun line, Saturn line and the Mercury line. Now guys, these are the three lines which somehow covers our daily life events, and these are the areas where people go through ups and downs in the life, and definitely any sign, any specific change in the areas represented by these three lines surely get reflected in the lines in your palm. Like the way guys, if I were to share my own experience as well, like I did not notice the formation of a intuition line on my hand, but in the past couple of years, because definitely I always give attention to my palm lines as well. I'm always trying to figure out, are there some development of some new lines which are getting formed in my palm or not. So with the passage of time, I've seen the development in two areas. One is the intuition line, and second is the sun line. Definitely before that, I never was in art, entertainment, social media. Like you would not believe, I even came on Facebook at a very late stage, but somehow it was a part of my destiny to be working on social media. I will not say that I'm that much famous, but at least they're like a category of people with interest in occult, astrology and all, who in a small segment and category, they watch my videos. So in a way, I am, and my work is getting spread, I am getting recognized, and that is what get reflected in my sun line as well. Guys, I remember like recently we went to our ancestral village for this Gram Devata Puja. So my dad always used to tell me that, okay, you know, my father, like my grandfather, he used to be the pradhan in the village. So I never paid attention to that. From the last couple of like months, I was paying attention, because when I even do havan with my father, we both do it. So I used to notice this very distinct sun line getting formed in his palm. And then I thought that why, like, he's retired from a job, he does not do anything connected with social media and all, though my dad remains very active in the like he was also doing the campaigning for the election which happened recently, because of his loyalty to one political party in India. So then I thought, okay, how it is going to be giving him result. So guys, you would not believe, we went to our this ancestral village to participate in this Gram Devata village gods puja, which is Kal Bhairav for our village. And like my dad went there after 50 years. Like he left his village, ancestral village, 50 years back. He went there after 50 years. I went there for the very first time, and the way people over there received him, welcomed him, like out of a village with the strength of so many people, and there were like those families who even migrated, they were also present there. But it's only my dad and I who were made to do all the puja and rituals on the behalf of the whole village. So the kind of honor he received, as like, okay, I can see some sort of resonance of the sun line giving its power, its results. So okay guys, now coming to the discussion. So guys, when we talk about the secondary lines, over here you will definitely find any major change or shift taking place in your life, in your surrounding environment, which will definitely get reflected in these lines. These lines definitely have the capacity to grow, to reflect the changes, form some sort of auspicious combination, like the way I have seen in certain palms, sun line with the passage of time making the shape of a flag, making the shape of culminating in a kind of a trident. So this is how the beauty of these kind of secondary lines are. Now definitely guys, for all those people who are just starting up with the science of palmistry, so I will give you a brief insight into it. When I say the Saturn line or the fate line or the destiny line, all of these are the names for the same line, which you will find any line going on your palm towards the middle finger, like the mount of Saturn, that is called as the Saturn line. Now this line primarily tells about the state of your profession, like for you to fulfill your duties and responsibilities, what sort of people who will help you, what will be the ultimate title and achievements which you will make in your profession, and what sort of setbacks, obstacle, support you will get in your professional journey and all of that can be seen from the state of this Saturn line or the fate line. And trust me guys, let's say for example someone who was like just because this person was engaged in sort of kind of questionable means to make money, and suddenly some audit happened, some surprise inspection investigation happened, and this guy got embroiled in court cases, litigation, he got imprisoned and all. Trust me, it will get reflected for sure in the Saturn line in the form of some sort of cross, some sort of island, some sort of break or gap in the fate line. Trust me guys, all those people in whose, even in the natal chart, you will find many planets in the 11th house, which is the house of your, like when we say your incoming gains. So people who have many planets in the 11th house in their astrological chart, even in their palm, you will see that there will be double or triple Saturn line, and specifically at an age when they will be actually making a lot of money from multiple channel or multiple sources. You will definitely see that if you will age the Saturn line or the fate line, at that age you will definitely find 2 or 3 overlap of the Saturn line. So that is one such signification. And along with that guys, like the way I mentioned this thing, where exactly you will be conducting your business, who all people are going to be supporting you, helping you. Are these going to be your like people from your own family? Are these going to be your fans, people like who are complete strangers from the public and all? So definitely we will see the changes and the sort of support lines coming in, joining this line, and the way you will be progressing in your career path, the same way that those changes, significant changes, are going to be getting reflected in your Saturn line. Now guys, when we talk about the Sun line, definitely this is the line which tells about the concerns of your recognition. This is also the line which tells about like how much visibility you are going to have. In a way, we say that this is the line of your personal magnetism as well. Law of attraction we generally see from the a very immaculate Sun line. Your like how much respect and popularity you're going to have in the society, how many people know you. Now again guys, having a strong Sun line does not mean that you have to be a Hollywood actor. It's just like that in whichever community and field you are operating, people know you. You have got good reputation or word of mouth around you. So guys, definitely if there is going to be any question mark like to your public image, any stigma suddenly to your public image, you will definitely find the answer of that on the Sun line. This could be a case that like a celebrity who had a very good stint at the start of his or her career, but later on in the middle of the life, or this could be at the latter end of the career, this person got embroiled into some scandals, controversy, which completely ruined the career of this person. There's going to be some sudden kind of bad word of mouth around you. You will definitely see that now Sun line is showing and reflecting some changes. You might have a mole on the mount of the sun, sudden arrival of a mole over there. You might have a cross at that specific age when you're going through that sort of ordeal in your life, in your public image, in your social image. So all that stigma, or let's say for example you have always lived a life with not much visibility, social contact and all, and suddenly you got that a story got done on you by some mainstream broadcast media. Now everyone has started knowing you, people are pouring all their support to you. You started from one shop and now you turned it into a multiple city a franchisee outlet business and all. So definitely your visibility, your popularity will strongly get reflected in your Sun line as well. Guys, whatever I'm saying over here is it's a tried and tested practical science. You will definitely see the sign to be getting marked on your Sun line. Now guys, when we talk about the line of Mercury, which we say the line of communication, line of business, many people also call it as the health line as well. So guys, definitely this line chiefly primarily tells about the matters of your communication. Like the way guys, I will give you a very simple example from Indian context. Like I do not know how many people know about, if you are living in the West, but you can search this name over the Google. So Navjot Singh Sidhu. Now this guy, he started his career in cricket, like he was a cricketer, and all what people knew about him is that okay, he is a good batsman, he is a good fielder, he is a good player, but no one knew about that much loquaciousness or communicative side of his personality. But after when he got done with his cricket career, somehow he started appearing on different television show as a judge, and he started appearing on the commentary section for the live cricket matches and all. And the way he started outpouring and manifesting his communicative talents and all. The whole world was taken aback, because no one would have even imagined that from far this introvert looking guy could have that much gift of gab as well. So in those kind of cases as well, you will definitely find the changes getting marked or reflected on the line of Mercury as well. Someone's business which got suddenly got expanded, you will see the changes getting reflected on the line of Mercury. Or let's say for example, someone who has suddenly got slipped into panic attacks, or anything to do with the speech impediment problem and all. So those problems and impediments and the blockages will also get reflected in the line of Mercury. So guys, these are the secondary lines which primarily show and reflect the changes in your hand, in your palm lines. Now guys, after this, the category of the lines which over where the difference or any changes get very easily noticed in the palm. But the only concern over here is that these are very unique and special lines, and for that your whole focus and attention has to go in that specific direction. Like the way guys, when we talk about symbols like Ring of Solomon, so you might not have that symbol at the early stage of your life, but now just because you have started taking interest in theology, in in human psychology and all, suddenly you will notice that this sort of ring is getting formed on below the index finger on the mount of Jupiter, called as the Ring of Solomon. Or let's say for example, someone who is suddenly slipping into depression, this person has completely cut himself from the society and everyone. You might find the ring of Saturn getting formed or under the middle finger on the mount of Saturn. So that will tell about some sort of depression, pent up nervous energies which is blocking the native to bloom to his full potential. Along with that guys, intuition line, I already gave up my example as well. I have seen that intuition line getting formed in my palm with the passage of time. Definitely, even from astrology, I have major planets in the 8th house which tells about intuitive faculties. My moon is in the nakshatra of like Sadbhisha, my ascendant is in the Ashwini, which again has to do with healing, mysticism, intuitive faculties and all. You can definitely see it working over there, getting valid from the palmistry and validating, verifying it with astrology as well. Along with that guys, someone who's going to be getting deeper into the very lascivious and hedonistic lifestyle. So you will definitely find the indication of that coming in the form of the development of the via lascivia line on the palm as well. So yes guys, this is what I wanted to say, that definitely in the art of fortune telling through the palmistry via the palm reading and all, when we talk about the major lines like lifeline, headline, heartline, they will definitely have some innate weakness, strength, distinctive signs which will help you in the interpretation of the events. But when we talk about that, there are like certain changes happening in your life which in a very beautiful magical way getting reflected equally in your palm lines, that strongly happens in the secondary lines, Saturn line, Sun line and the Mercury line. And when we talk about these special lines and symbols, like the way for example, moles in the science of palmistry is not considered as good. I have seen in lot many cases people who did not have the mole, we call it in Hindi as till. They did not have that in the mount of Venus, but it suddenly started surfacing and appearing on the mount of Venus, and that was the time that person, his marriage suddenly got into trouble and that person was headed towards the divorce. Like someone who got very sudden loss in stock market, the person did not have the mole on the mount of Rahu or the mount of Mercury. It suddenly appeared, and within the passage of certain weeks, native encountered a major loss in the stock market and all. And again guys, if you are new to the science of palmistry, please do ensure to check first with the client that is it a birthmark, because then it's not gonna have any significance. But yes, if you do not have since birth, it recently surfaced on the palm, then it will definitely indicate in that direction. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Thank you.